A list of substance abuse resources. Chapter 1. A list of substance abuse resources in alphabetical order. Addiction Assessment Hotline. Copiag, New York. 800-771-5009. Adoptive and foster parents of fetal alcohol syndrome and drug-affected children. epub 626. Paramus, New Jersey 07653. 201-261-1450. Adult children of alcoholics. epub 3216. 2522 W. Sepulveda. Number 200. Torrance, California 90505. 310-534-1815. AdultChildren.org. Al-Anon Family Group HQ 115 East 23rd St. NYC 10010. 888-4 Al-Anon. 888-425-2666. 800-356-9996. 800-340-2666. 800-344-2666. 800-443-4525. 212-683-1771. al-anon.org. Fellowship for the Families of Alcoholics. Al-Anon Information Services. 1771 Avenue Road, Box 54533. N. York, on M5M4N5. 800-443-4525. 416-410-3809. al-anon.org. Alateen. 1 Park Avenue. 2nd FL. NYC 10016. 888-425-2666. 800-344-2666. 212-302-7240. al-anon.alateen.org. Support Group for the Children of Alcoholics. Al-Anon/Alateen. 1600 Corporate Landing Parkway, Virginia Beach, Virginia 42345. 800-344-2666. 804-563-1600. al-anon.alateen.org. Alcohol and Drug Hotline. 107 Lincoln St. Worcester, Massachusetts 01605. 800-252-6465. 800-252-6462. 800 Alcohol. 800-354-7089. Preliminary Consultation and Referral. Alcohol and Drug Helpline. 800-821-4357. Referrals to local facilities. Alcohol and Drug Problems Association. 1555 Wilson Boulevard. Number 300. Arlington, Virginia 22209. 703-875-8684. Alcohol Abuse and Drug Helpline. Worcester, Ma. 800-252-6465. Alcoholics Anonymous. 475 Riverside Drive. epub 459, GCS. NYC 10163. 212-870-3400. Fax, 212-870-3003. alcoholics-anonymous.org. Anonymous.org. For information about your nearest local chapter or for information on how to start one, many publications. Alcoholics for Christ. 800-441-7877. Alcohol Addiction Assessment Hotline. 800-771-5009. Alcohol Disease Foundation. 33 Eglantine Avenue. Pennington, New Jersey 08534. 609-737-0088. Alcohol Research Group. 1816, Scenic Avenue. Berkeley, A 94709. 415-42-5208. Library of Books. American Atheist Addiction. Recovery Groups. epub 6120. Denver, Colorado 80206. 303-758-6686. 512-458-3731. American Bar Association. Advisory Commission on Youth, Alcohol, and Drug Problems. 1800 M. St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-331-2200. 312-988-5613, Family Law Office. America Belongs to Our Children. Scott Newman Center. 6255 Sunset Boulevard. Number 1906. La California 90028. 800-783-6396. Educates the public about the harmful effects of substance abuse during pregnancy. American Council for Drug Education. 204 Monroe. Number 110. Rockville, Maryland 20850. 800-488 Drug Literature. American Council on Alcoholism. 5024 Campbell Boulevard. Number H. Baltimore, Maryland 21236. 800-527-5344. aca-usa.org. American Council on Alcohol Problems. 3426 Bridgeland Drive. Bridgeton, Missouri 65044. 314-739-5944. netmin.org/acap. American Prosecutors Research Institute. Center for Local Prosecution of Drug Offenses. 1033 North Fairfax St. Number 200. Alexandria, Virginia 22314. 804-549-4253. American Society of Addiction Medicine. 12 West 21st St. NYC 10010. 212-206-6770. Americans for Substance Abuse Prevention and Treatment. 400 First St. Northwest. Number 712. Washington, D.C. 20001. 202-347-7878. Amoritist, Drug Testing Service. 800-228-2788. Anesthetists in Recovery. 3413 Sailmaker Lane. Plano, Texas 75023. 214-596-5382. Anesthetists in Recovery. 2205 22nd Avenue South. Minneapolis, Minnesota 55404. 612-724-8238. Artists Recovering Through 12 Steps. Arts. epub 175, Ansonia Sta. NYC 10023-0175. 212-969-0144. Association of Halfway House Alcoholism Programs. 680 Stewart Avenue. St. Paul, Minnesota 55102. 612-227-7818. Association of Labor Management Administrators on Alcoholism. 1800 North Kent St. Number 907. Arlington, Virginia 22209. 703-522-6272. Information on occupational alcoholism programs. Bacchus and Gamma. Peer Education Network. epub 10430. Denver, Colorado 80210. 303-871-3068. bacchusgamma.org. Beyond Rejection Ministries. 800-966-2437. Calyx Society. 7601 Wayzata Boulevard, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55426. 612-546-0544. Catholic Alcoholics Center for Substance Abuse Treatment Hotline. 800-662-HELP. 800-66 Ayuda, Spanish. Chapter 9 Group of Hollywood. 1168 White Sands Drive, Lusby, Maryland 20657. 301-586-1425. Recovering Couples. Chemically Dependent Anonymous. epub 423. Severna PK, MD 21146. 410-647-7060. Chemical People Project. The Public Television Outreach Alliance. C/OOK TV, 4802 5th Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15213. 412-391-0900. The project supplies information in the form of tapes, literature and seminars. Children Are People. 493 Selby Avenue, St. Paul, MN 555102. 612-227-4031. Support Group for Children of Alcoholics. Children of Alcoholics Foundation. 540 Madison, NYC 10022. 800-359 COAF. Fax, 212-754-0664. Clergy Saving Clergy. 3509 Dana Drive, Burnsville, Minnesota 55337. 612-894-4582. CO Anon. epub 64742. Los Angeles, California 90064. 818-377-4317. 213-859-2206. 714-647-6698/ Help for Significant Others of Cocaine Users. CO Anon. epub 1080, Cooper STA. NYC 10276-1080. 212-713-5133. Help for Significant Others of Cocaine Users. Cocaine Anonymous. 3740 Overland, Number G, Los Angeles, California 90032. 213-559-5833. 800-347-8998. 800-482-0983. ca.org. Help for Cocaine Users. Cocaine Baby Helpline. 800-327-BABE. Cocaine Help Hotline. Phoenix House, 164 West 74th St. NYC 10023. 800-262-2463. 800 Cocaine. Cocaine Family Groups. epub 64742-66. La California 90064. 213-859-2206. For Families of Cocaine Addicts. Codependents Anonymous. epub 335666. Phoenix, Arizona 85067. 602-944-0141. OurCoda.org. For People in Love with Addicts. Codependents Anonymous. epub 496A, Hudson St. NYC 10014. 212-727-1432. OurCoda.org. For People in Love with Addicts. Codependents Anonymous for Helping Professionals. epub 18191. Mesa, Arizona 85212. Community Anti-Drug Coalition of America. 901 North Pitt St. Number 300. Alexandria, Virginia 22314. 703-706-0560. cadca.org. 800-322-5525. Covenant House Hotline for Teenage Addicts and Suicide. 800-999-9999. Dare America. Los Angeles, CA. 800-223-3273. Dentists Concerned for Dentists. 450 N Syndicate. Number 117. St. Paul, Minnesota 55104. 612-641-0730. Drug Czar's Office. 800-662 Help. Drug Enforcement Administration/DEA. Office of Public Affairs. 1405 I St. NW. Number 1209. Washington, D.C. 20537. 202-633-1469. DEA.gov. Free publications. Drug Free for a New Century. 800-487-4890. samhsa.gov. Drug Info and Strategy Clearinghouse. 800-955-2232. Info on drug-related crime control in public and assisted housing. Drug programs for Indian youth. 1849 C. St. NW. Washington, D.C. 20240. 202-219-1129. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. Drugs Anonymous. POB 473, Ansonia STA. NYC 10023. 212-874-0700. Dual Disorders Anonymous. POB 4045. Des Plaines, Illinois 60016. 708-462-3380. For mentally ill people with a substance abuse problem. Families Anonymous. POB 3475. Culver City, California 90231. 800-736-9805. 818-989-7841. 800-400-0900. Helps with the relatives of addicts. Families in Action. National Drug Abuse Center. 3845 North Druid Hills Road. Number 300. Decatur, Georgia 30033. 404-325-5799. Focus Adolescent Services. 410-341-4342. 877-362-8727. FocusAshellPayol.com. Focusas.com/substanceabuse.html. Information on drug, tobacco, and alcohol abuse. Forensic Committee of National Alliance of the Mentally Ill. 2101 Wilson Boulevard. Number 302. Arlington, Virginia 22201. 703-524-7600. NAMI.org. Support for families of mentally ill people in jail. GoodVibes.com. TheAntidrug.com. 800-788-2800. Habitat for Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation. 800-872-2525. Hazelden Foundation. 15245 Pleasant Valley Road. Box 11. Center City, Minnesota 55012. 800-257-7800. 800-328-9000. Offers free literature about chemical dependency. Health Connection. 800-548-8700. Publications on smoking, alcohol, and drugs. Heroin Help. 800-264-6165. Hispanic Health Council. 96 Cedar St. Hartford, CT 061066. 203-527-0856. Impaired Nurse Network. 2506 Grosse Pointe. RD. Evanston, Illinois 60201. 312-475-1000. Institute for Integral Development. 800-544-9562. Continuing Education for Counselors. Institute on Black Chemical Abuse. 2614 Nicollet Avenue South. Minneapolis, Minnesota 55408. 612-871-7878. Intercongregational Alcohol Program. 1921 North Harlem Avenue. Chicago, Illinois 60635. 312-637-1656. 708-445-1400. Fax 708-445-1418. Support Group for Nuns. International Commission for the Prevention of Alcoholism and Drug Dependency. 6830 Laurel St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20012. 202-722-6729. International Doctors in Alcoholics Anonymous. 39 Smith Neck Road. Old Lyme, Connecticut 06371. 203-529-7474. International Doctors in Alcoholics Anonymous. POG 199. Augusta, Missouri 63332. 314-781-1317. International Lawyers in Alcoholics Anonymous. 14643 Sylvan St. Van Nuys, California 91411. International Nurses Anonymous. 1020 Sunset Drive. Lawrence, Kansas 66044. 913-842-3893. 913-749-2626. International Pharmacists Anonymous. 32-36 Cedar Grove RD. Annandale, New Jersey 08801. 908-730-9072. 908-735-2789. Jewish Alcoholics, Chemically Dependent Persons and Others. 426 West 58th St. NYC 10019. 212-397-4197. 212-473-4747. Just Say No International. 2101 Webster St. Number 1300. Oakland, California 94612. 800-258-2766. 510-451-6666. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. Lawyers Concerned for Lawyers. 450 N Syracuse. Number 117. St. Paul, Minnesota 55104. 612-646-5590. Marijuana Anonymous. POG 2912. Van Nuys, California 91404. 800-766-6779. marijuana-anonymous.org. Men for Sobriety. POB 618. Quakertown, Pennsylvania 18951. 215-536-8026. Methadone Anonymous. 2100 North Charles St. Baltimore, Maryland 21218. 410-837-4292. Moderate Management. POG 27558. Golden Valley, Minnesota 55427. 612-512-1484. comnet.org/mm. Self-Help Group for Alcoholics. NAR Anon Family Group HQ. POG 2562. Palos Verdes, California 90274 310-547-5800. Support Group for Families with Drug Addicts. Narcotics Anonymous 16155 yn.st. POB 9999. Van Nuys, California 91409. 818-780-3951. NA.org. Help for Addicts. Narconon International. Los Angeles, CA. 800-468-6933. Narcotics Education. 800-548-8700. Catalog of Publications. National Asian Pacific Families Against Substance Abuse. 6303 Friendship Court. Bethesda, Maryland 20817. 301-530-0945. National Association for Children of Alcoholics. 11426 Rockville Pike. Number 100. Rockville, Maryland 20852. 301-468-0985. 714-499-3889, California. 888-554 COAS. NACOA.org. Self-help organization with many chapters. National Association for Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Counselors. 951 South George Mason Drive, Arlington, Virginia 22204. 800-548-0497. NADAC.org. National Association for Native American Children of Alcoholics. 1402 3rd Avenue. Number 1110. Seattle, Washington 98101. 800-322-5601. 206-322-5601. National Association for Perinatal Addiction. Research and Education. 200 and Michigan. Number 300. Chicago, Illinois 60601. 800-638 Baby. National Association of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Counselors. 3717 Columbia Pike. Number 300. Arlington, Virginia 22204. 703-920-4644. National Association of Lesbian and Gay Alcoholism Professionals. 204 West 20th St. NYC 10011. 212-713-5074. National Association on Drug Abuse Problems. 355 Lexington Avenue, NYC 10017. 212-986-1170. National Black Alcoholism Council. 285 Jeunesse St. Utica, New York 13501. 315-798-8066. National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse. Columbia U. 152 W 57th St. NYC 10019 to 3310. 212-841-5200. CasaColumbia.org. National Center for Tobacco-Free Kids. 1707 L St. NW. Number 800. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-296-5469. 800-284 Kids. National Coalition of Hispanic Health and Human Services Organization. 1030 15th St. Northwest. Number 1053. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-371-2100. National Cocaine Hotline. Fair Oaks Hospital. 19 Prospect St. Summit, New Jersey 07901. 800 Cocaine. Information and Crisis Counseling. National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, Inc. 12 West 21st St 7th FL. NYC 10017. 212-206-6770. 800 NCA Call. National Families in Action. 2296 Henderson Mill Road. Number 204. Atlanta, Georgia 30345. 770-934-6364. Emory.edu/NFIA. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. National Family Partnership. 2490 Coral Way. Miami, Florida 33145. 800-705-8997. NFP.org. National Federation of Parents for Drug-Free Youth. 1423 N. Jefferson. Springfield, Missouri 65802. 417-836-3709. 314-968-1322. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. National Federation of Parents, REACH. POB 3412. Albuquerque, New Mexico 87190. 505-345-7134. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. National Hispanic Family Against Drug Abuse. 1511 KST. Number 1029. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-393-5136. National Masonic Foundation for the Prevention of Substance Abuse. 800-356-2766. National Inhalant Prevention Coalition. 1201 West 6th St. Number C200. Austin, Texas 78703. 800-269-4237. National Nurses Society on Addiction. 2506 Grosse Pointe Road. Evanston, Illinois 60201. 312-4755-1000. Professional Society of Nurses who work in the addiction field. National Organization of Student Assistance Programs. 250 Arapahoe. Number 301. Boulder, Colorado 80302. 800-972-4636. National Parent Resource Institute for Drug Education. 3610 DeKalb Tech. PK. Number 105. Atlanta, Georgia 30340. 800-279-6361. PrideUSA.org. National PDA Drug and Alcohol Abuse Prevention Project. 700 North Rush Street. Chicago, Illinois 60611. 312-577-4500. Offers kits, brochures, posters, and other publications on alcohol and other drugs for parents, teachers and PDA organizations. New York State Self-Help Clearinghouse. 800-828-2767. National Urban League, Substance Abuse Program. 500 East 62nd St. NYC 10021. 212-310-9000. NUL.org. Office of Educational Research and Improvement. 555 New Jersey Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20208. 800-424-1616. Information about drugs. Overcomers Outreach, Inc. 2290 West Whittier Boulevard. Number A. La Habra, California 90631. 213-697-3994. Christian Ministry of Self-Help Groups with a secular base. For drug addicts and all manner of other addicts like overeaters, gamblers, etc. Overcomers Victory Through Christ. 4905 North 96th St. Omaha, Nebraska 68134. 402-397-3317. Christian Ministry of Self-Help Groups with a Christian base. For drug addicts and all manner of other addicts like overeaters, gamblers, etc. Parents Alert Hotline. 800-727-7044. Parents Resource Institute for Drug Education /Pride. 50 Hurt Plaza. Number 210. Atlanta, Georgia 30303. 404-577-4500. 800-853-7867. Parents Institute for Drug Education. 800-241-7946. Parents Resource Institute for Drug Education B Pride. 3610 DeKalb Tech Parkway. Number 105. Atlanta, Georgia 30340. 770-458-9900. 800-241-7946. PrideUSA.org. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. Partnership for a Drug-Free America. 405 Lexington Avenue. NYC 10174. 212-922-1560. DrugFreeAmerica.org. Pill Addicts Anonymous. POG 278. Reading, Pennsylvania 19603. 215-372-1128. Pills Anonymous / Drugs Anonymous. POB 772. Bronx, New York 10451. 212-874-0700. Pride Institute. 14400 Martin Drive. Prairie, Minnesota 55344. 800-54 Pride. Alcoholic Support Group for Gay People. Psychologists Helping Psychologists. 17023 Cambridge, St. Allen, PK, Me 48101 to 3112. 313-278-1314. Rational Recovery Self-Help. POB 800. Lotus, California 95651. 916-621-4374. 800-303-2873. Rational.org/recovery. Recovering Counselors Network. 425 South Lexington Parkway. St. Paul, Minnesota 55105. 612-690-0306. Recovering Couples Anonymous. POG 27617. Golden Valley, Minnesota 55422. 612-473-3752. Schick Institute. 1901 Ave. Of the Stars. Los Angeles, California 90067. 213-553-9771. Programs in 30 cities to treat addictions, smoking, booze, food. Secular Organization for Sobriety. Save Ourselves. 5521 Grosvenor Boulevard. La, California 90066. 310-821-8430. 919-980-8851. 716-834-2922, New York. Smart Recovery. Self-Management and Recovery Training. 2400 Mercantile Road. Beechwood, Ohio 44122. 216-292-0220. Self-Help Group, No Spiritual Emphasis. Social Workers Helping Social Workers. 25 South St. Goshen, Connecticut 06756. 203-489-3808. State High School. Associations Target Programs. 800-366-6667. Materials for our students. Students Against Drugs and Alcohol. Tulsa, OK. 800-782-4062. Substance and Alcohol Intervention Services for the Deaf. 50W Main. Number 215. Rochester, New York 14614. 716-475-4978. 716-475-4979 TTY. Sunburst Communications. 800-654-7726. Substance Abuse Publications. Teen Help, Inc. Laverton, UT. 800-400-0900. The Society Catholic Orientation. 7601 Wayzata Boulevard. Minneapolis, Minnesota 55426. 612-546-6209. Tough Love. POG 1069. Doylestown, Pennsylvania 18901. 800-333-1069. toughlove.org. Help for Tough Teens. U.S. Department of Education. 800-624-0100. ed.gov. Free booklet, A Parent's Guide to Prevention. Veterans Against Drugs. 800-487-1970. Drug Prevention via Literature and Support. YouCanHelpKids.org. 877 Kids 313. Youth to Youth. 700 Bryden Road. Number RDFL. Columbus, Ohio 43215. 614-224-4506. Teen Recovery Programs and Workshops.